Hey, it's February 28th. It is our first day in Iowa. It did not start out like Arkansas did. Arkansas was a huge day the first day. Um, Iowa, it looks like a lot of single digits to start. Happens. We saw a fair amount of geese. Not a ton, enough to keep it interesting, but there was a portion of the beautiful day. I mean, it was -2 a couple days ago and snowing. Today was I had to been in the 60s. It was beautiful. So it was an enjoyable day to be out there. Just in my particular field, in the morning there was absolutely zero wind, and we had three good spins of birds tornadoing down, and then they would just stall out at about 100 and off they would go. This evening, we didn't have a whole lot of birds come over us. We did have one couple flocks work us. Weren't doing it right. Looked like there was some, and then they just bugged out. And we did have some wind tonight, so I switched some things up. Moved everything out farther away. Took The wind was supposed to be out of the southwest. Well, it was more out of the west than anything. West, southwest. It looked like more southwest in the evening, and it just didn't pan out that. So it was the west. So I went and took down the flyers and rotaries on. Well, I didn't take down the rotaries. I took down the flyers on that side, just for the simple reason that the ground is so hard that moving them around right now is not very easy. You've really got to pound on them to get them in, or drill a hole. So I took those down, moved the rotaries way out farther in front of us. Then we had one big flock. Did it pretty good, although they come across us and just didn't. I didn't have a full field in mind, and the guy spread out, and the one guy was way on the end, and the birds were like right over him when they started bugging out. So he had a really good shot at him. The rest of us didn't have quite as good at the lower birds. There were some higher birds that were back off more our way, but if they would have hooked around a little more in front of us, but we got 4 out of it, so can't complain about that. I did have one flock I fumbled on this morning. There was a pair of blues that were right in the kill hole, but the rest of the flock was looking so good, and should have known. I'm like, we should kill them, and then they bugged out, and the whole flock bugged out. Got greedy, got nothing. So it happens sometimes. But anyway, it's the first day in Iowa. A beautiful day. Tomorrow's going to be another beautiful day, like 70 degrees. So I would imagine we're going to start seeing a lot of movement. I did hear from a buddy that pulled out of southeast Missouri. Said there is a boatload of birds down there. And then also in Arkansas, where we hunt down there is a lot of guys that have said there's a boatload of birds there. So there's a lot to come, and we got some good weather. So it's looking good going forward here. So it's Tracy Northup with Up North Outdoors, day number 1 in Iowa. Single digits. I think high field is 10. I haven't heard from one guy yet, but he hadn't shot much earlier in the day when I talked to him. So I think high field is 10, and then down from there. So anyway, Tracy Northup, Up North Outdoors.